test.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
One angry New York City Puerto Rican decided to start a radio show, determined to piss the world off by shoving a mirror in front of society's face. He kicked them in the balls.
What are you? Who are you?
This is the Crotch Shot Radio Show. Crotch Shot Radio Show.
This is not a test. This is a broadcast transmission.
We're going to stay on the air.
And now, Louie B.
Welcome to the Crowd Shot Radio Show, where we kick the issues in the balls. We are on an active war against bullshit. We would do anything and everything to expose bullshit. The ends sometimes justify the memes. So if you're angry and want the truth exposed, then strap in and prepare to be shocked. This is Smash Mouth Talk. If you can't accept that, then fuck off. I'm your host, Louie B. I takes no bullshit from nobody. I actually expose the bullshit of society and chop it up into easy to digest chunks for you. Today won't be any different. Today, we're going to be talking about what's really going on in Puerto Rico. Yes, as some of you have already heard, there have been multiple earthquakes going on in Puerto Rico. And honestly, a lot of us are reminded with a natural disaster that happened in Puerto Rico some time ago with, of course, Hurricane Maria, and all the disinformation that was coming out to make President Trump look bad. So, like I did before, I have a person on the ground over there that is going to tell me what is really going on, and that person is, of course, Ruben Obed. I'm calling him right now, and we're gonna, calling him right now. So, hopefully this, and it's working good. So we got, hopefully he picks up, because I told him I'm calling. Uh-oh.
Hello?
Ruben!
Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's up? It's Louie B. You're on live.
Ah, Louie, how you doing, brother?
How am I doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Here still going through the whole situation with the earthquake. So trying to keep relaxed because it's quaking every once in a while, and you always think the worst.
Oh, you mean things are still rocking and rolling over there?
Oh yeah, man. It hasn't stopped. It's been shaking for like the last 2 weeks now. Now the quakes are a lot less, and they're mainly in the south of Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
But even still, I mean, we feel them over here in the north, and you worry because anything could happen. The roof could cave in, and
Yeah. So
you worry about these things.
So what's been going on? I mean, have there been any deaths? Is it as bad as Maria?
In many ways, it's worse than Maria. Okay, let me explain. Right now, most of the earthquakes are happening in the southwest part of Puerto Rico. The quakes are, the strongest so far was last week, which was like a 6.4, which is pretty big. Then after that, we've been continuing just getting aftershocks after aftershocks.
Mm-hmm.
And they're non-stop. I mean, if you check on the the seismic website, we've had, man, over 300, maybe even more. And so everybody's on edge. Right now, like even the churches, like right back in the house, they're doing this prayer vigil. Everybody's scared, man.
Yeah.
Everybody's really scared. But like I said, I mean, I live all the way in the north, and when you feel it over here, my first reaction is, oh my God, the people in the south, because that's where the strong epicenter is. So we're all going through that. Most of us in Puerto Rico, really can't sleep, because we feel anything, and it's like, oh God, So we've been on edge, but I mean, like at least the north of Puerto Rico is fine, but the south, buildings got crumbled, the hospitals were evacuated, thousands of people, houses like broken, like literally crumbled. A lot of the hospitals were bringing the patients outside, and I believe there's about 2,000 or 3,000 people like left totally homeless, and they're like basically outside, and the government has come, and they put up tents and stuff. But I mean, it's bad, and it's worse than Maria in the sense that the hurricane, it came, it does its devastation, and it leaves. This is like a constant thing. Like we don't know what's next, So,
right.
So that's what we've been going through for a while already. And
so how much of the aid money that was sent there has been used for bonuses, like back when they sent aid for Maria?
Well, it's kind of hard to say, honestly. I mean, I know like after Maria, a lot of the money was mismanaged, and so I mean, a lot of things have happened since then. So I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly one thing. But one thing I can say is that the people here in Puerto Rico are waiting. They're waiting for funds and waiting for President Trump to release some money. That for the disaster, which has to do with the money that was approved for Maria. So I think that they set up. I think I read that today. That they set up a kind of like a commission and then Trump released I think 8.2 billion of that money. And they made this basically a way to monitor that this money goes to the people. So that's currently what's going on. But yeah, and I know that there was a lot of corruption with the money from Hurricane Maria, and a lot of shady things that happened. I mean, the most recent one that I could remember before the earthquakes and stuff was that they were giving raises to all of the judges here in Puerto Rico. So I mean, these are judges that make $250,000 a year, and they were going to give them all $50,000 raises. You know what I mean? Yet there's people with blue tarps and still, and so over here there's always something up, with the government doing something shady. So
all right, like let's say with the food aid and stuff like that, getting people in tents at least. Are there any like shenanigans going on with that, like with Yolene Gonzalez?
Well, okay. Well, with Julian. Carmen Julian, right now, there's a big. Well, let me talk about the aid.
Okay.
Right now, the basically the entire island of Puerto Rico, like the north, and all the people who aren't like directly affected by the quakes, they have kind of united and bypassed the government in many ways. They're going to the south. They're bringing help themselves. They literally like big caravans of help going to the people from the south. But it was an initiative by the people, not the government. You know what I mean? The government is in there, and from what I've heard, I saw a video of a lady that she was like an independent, from an independent group bringing food to the people in the south, and she was complaining that they were trying to take those things that are being brought for help and politicizing it and making it like, they're becoming stumble blocks. So they're trying to mess up what the people are trying to do. So they don't seem to have been too effective though, because it's the amount of people that are going to help is so much that they really can't do much about it. But they are interfering. In many ways, they are interfering.
Why is that? Why would they be what's the point in interfering in citizens basically making their job easier and helping their country people, their fellow countrymen?
I mean, I can give you my opinion. I think this
Please.
is all politics.
Of course.
I think that this gets done to then blame it on the other party. Since we have elections coming up soon, I figured maybe it's an attempt to make President Trump look bad, which I think that's part of it.
How can they make Trump look bad for a natural disaster? I'm going to get into there's some other theories on what caused the quake later, but how can they blame Trump for this when it looks like he immediately responded and sent aid?
Okay, what happens is during Hurricane Maria, everybody knows that a lot of Democrats are blaming Trump, for all of this. Right now, Carmen Julian, which we all know, she was very made a lot of noise during Hurricane Maria, criticizing Trump. She's currently the mayor of San Juan. Now, in San Juan, they do every year, and it's something, it's part of the tradition, which are the festivals called La Fiesta de la Sanse, or the festivals of the San Sebastian Street in San Juan.
Yeah.
And these festivities happen every year, and where they bring artisans and artists, and it's just a big party,
Right.
She's gotten a lot of criticism because, right now we're basically going through the situation, and the people in the South are suffering, and Carmen Julian is stubborn as a mule. She said, no, the Fiesta de la Sansa, we're doing them, and that's created a whole mess, because it just looks bad. So one of the complaints that I've had and a couple of other public figures here in Puerto Rico have had is that they say, how are we supposed to look in the eyes of the Americans and the Trump administration when you're asking for disaster relief, but yet you're throwing a huge party, and which lasts a couple of days in San Juan, So it just looks bad. So I think that Carmen Julian is purposely, this is my opinion, my theory, that Carmen Julian is doing this purposely so as to force Trump to kind of hold back funds and then blame him for not releasing the funds for the disaster. You know what I mean? I that's what I think. I think it's all strategic moves to try to make Trump look bad.
So, but in the process, this could be costing fellow Puerto Ricans their lives.
These politicians, a lot of them don't even care, Louis. They don't care. And the people of Puerto Rico, that's why they've taken basically, they grabbed the bull by the horns, and they've driven themselves with blame and food to the south, because they don't trust the government.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
Puerto Ricans, they don't trust the government here at all.
So how come they haven't overthrown them? This is not what we want.
Well, in a way they did recently with the whole thing with our previous governor, Ricky Rosselló.
Yeah.
They got him out of there. And now we have a governor, a lady by the name of Wanda Vasquez. And, everything is in that aspect with, having the governor where it's calm, people have accepted it, but there's still no trust. There's no trust. People don't really trust the government here much no more.
Yeah, why should they?
Yeah. But it isn't, it isn't a situation that it would merit, a big thing, against the government and best, we're not to that point like a Venezuela type situation, but people are very, they don't trust the government, and basically doing things themselves. They're not waiting around for the government to do anything for them. Which in turn, I support that. Actually, I think it's a good thing.
No, it is. It is. I mean, you actually end up showing that you could do it better and cheaper than the government. Because if the government does it, a $6 doorknob turns into a $10 billion doorknob once the government gets involved. Like, look, we know the people know what what their fellow people need. They come, they bring it. If they need more, hey, go. We got social media. Hey, we need this, and that. Send it over. And you get other citizens here. Just, we like load it up, ship it out, ship it down there, bada bing, bada boom. And we don't have to worry about this Sangana freaking holding it back for the cameras.
Yeah. So that's what's going on here, Louis. But the quakes have been like nonstop. I mean, if you're looking at the website, I think it's called USGS, something like that, a seismic website, and on Facebook there's one called the Red Sísmica, and you'll see like every hour there's a quake. It's a quake. 3.4, 4.1, 3.4, 2.9. I mean, it's like all the time, every day.
Yeah, I'm going on earthquakes.usgs.gov. There was click for more information. It was what time? It doesn't give a time to. Oh yeah, okay. So last night this morning at 12:24 a.m. there was a earthquake in Yauco, Puerto Rico.
Oh, that was in Yauco, yeah.
Yauco, okay, damn it.
But if you look, like, I don't know if that website you're looking at, if it shows all of them, but it's like back to back, every couple of hours. Sometimes, like in the same hour, we'll get like 3 of them. It's been crazy, man, really, really crazy.
Yeah, there's one in oh goodness, I am bad at this. Guanica.
Guanica. Yeah, all those Jauco, Guanica, all those are like townships like in the south of Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So on the Facebook site, the Red Sísmica, that one is like basically kind of like a Facebook page, but they update it like immediately. It's like it'll quake right now, and 2 minutes later you'll go in there and it'll tell you exactly how big it was, what magnitude. And right there, you see, like on that Facebook page, if you scroll down, you'll see them like back to back to back. I mean, the list is enormous.
Apparently, the only earthquakes that there was an earthquake in Peru. When was this? Oh, on the 15th, there was an earthquake in Peru.
Well, I heard there was one in New York, I think yesterday, up the very north New York, almost like near Canada.
All right,
there was one.
Oh, it doesn't say.
Pardon me?
It doesn't say on this site.
Yeah, I don't know. So I mean, like I've checked different sites and I see like a lot of stuff. So.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But what are your thoughts? There was a video I showed you the other day. Apparently, that they're blaming fracking.
I watched the video about the fracking. Also, the one you sent me. Then that is something that has gone around, and David Bignell, the reporter, did address that particular video, and they were asking other people whether or not there was fracking in Puerto Rico. Now, the consensus amongst the media is that no, there is no like fracking in Puerto Rico or not. Now, but we all know about fake news, so I mean, I personally, I think that these are just natural occurrences. But then again, I don't discard the possibility of the whole fracking, because that could be it too. Like what happens is like the last earthquake, major earthquake Puerto Rico had was back in 1918. And that was also near the south of Puerto Rico. And that one caused that was a 7.0 and caused a tsunami, and that was 100 years ago. So, it's 100 years later, and we're right there. I mean, I think that's why I think it's more of a natural occurrence. Because of the time frame,
Yeah. All right. Please.
I don't know if you can hear in the background, but the churches, they're doing in back of my house, they're doing a big, not an event, but basically like a vigil, and they have the ministers praying out there. They call it the humillación. It's like kind of like a humbling towards God. People are scared, man. People are really scared.
Yeah. I mean, I keep calling to see, how my family's doing over there. So far, they're fine.
What part are they from?
I forget. Well, I got some family in San Dulce.
Okay.
I got some family in Aguadilla, and the rest, they're scattered somewhere because my grandfather from my dad's side was a fucking freak.
Well, in San Dulce and Aguadilla, they're really not like in a danger zone. I mean, it's the South. The South is really, really getting it bad.
Like I know my grand aunt or my great aunt. I don't know what's the proper terminology. My mom's aunt. So I guess that would be my great aunt.
Great aunt, yeah. I would call it great aunt.
great aunt, yeah. So yeah, she's fine. I mean, but which is good because she was a little messed up during the hurricane.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I think the only people doing good right now are the Jibaros.
Well, the Jibaros, it depends if they're Jibaros in the South, they're screwed too, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they probably see it as a blessing in disguise. They don't have to do much mixing. They just stick their hand out the window with the pot.
Well, that's what I wish I was, a Jibaro.
Yeah, Jibaro.
An Amish. Puerto Rican Amish,
yeah. They're like, we're gonna follow the coquis into the mountains.
But I mean, the thing is, I mean, let me tell you, these houses they're made out of concrete, and the roofs, like in my house, it's basically just a big slab of concrete. So, I mean, in a strong earthquake, if that roof falls on you, I mean, you're gonna die. It's gonna crush you. You know what I mean? People who have wooden roofs, and actually there haven't been too many deaths. I think there maybe have 2 or 3, but one of the deaths was an elderly man, 73 years old, and his wall fell on top of him. He was asleep.
Damn. Well, at least he was asleep. At least he was asleep.
Well, I mean, that's what the news said, but
you would hope.
Pardon me?
You would hope. I mean, because imagine how scary that would be.
But I mean, that goes to show you the magnitude of like how strong these quakes have been here. And it's sad, and people have opted to sleep outside in their cars. And you know what's crazy? I saw one house in particular, and they were near a mountain, and they had a car outside. And when they showed the picture, there was a boulder about half the size of the house that fell from the mountain and landed on top of the car. Oh. And I said to myself, oh my God, what if that person would have had the bright idea to say, I'm sleeping outside tonight? Maybe I'm sleeping in the car. I mean, I don't think that happened, but the car had a giant boulder on top of it, I mean, it's scary, man. It's something that I don't think anybody's experienced it like anything like this before.
Man, so I mean, goodness, what are they planning? What is the government? What are the people planning to do to like? Because now of course, the reality of Maria. I mean, hurricanes have always been a threat to the island, but now earthquakes, which were rare. Like now you have to prepare for that. I mean, what's next? Like what?
Well,
I mean, it's like what do they have against us? Whoever's sending these shits after us.
I don't know, but I mean, look, when the biggest one hit last week, I think it was last Tuesday, that was a 6.4. It messed up a lot of the power plants in the south. Like right now, Puerto Rico is operating on one power plant, and one of the other major ones, they said that it might take even a year to repair it.
Oh damn!
So right now, if we get hit by another strong quake, another 6 point something, the power will go out in the entire island because all the plants are in the south and they distribute the power to the north. So if the south goes down, we go down with it. You know, I mean, so in many ways this is similar to Maria. Many ways.
What kind of power plants are they?
Like the big
Is it nuclear?
generation plants.
Are they nuclear?
Oh no, I don't think they're nuclear. I don't think that at all. They're probably petrol and maybe gas and coal and stuff. But I know it's not nuclear.
Okay.
God forbid, man.
Oy.
With all the mismanagement here, the last thing we need is a nuclear plant, man.
Yeah, you go. Titi would be coming home and she's like, "Yo, shut off the light. The lights are off." Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
Oy.
Yeah. So don't give them, Louis. Don't give them any ideas.
What? It's not the first time they radiated Puerto Ricans. I mean, look what they did to Don Abiso Campos. That's how they killed him. Injected him with radioactive isotopes. So it's not they already know. I'm not giving them new ideas.
Well, I don't want them building no power plant here, no nuclear one.
Yeah, how's about like Puerto Rico? Can't they do like hydroelectric or like burn the trash like they do in not Switzerland, Holland? They burn their trash for electricity. Wouldn't that work?
I mean, the whole hydroelectric. I saw something online, and it was like a design that they have put out. That it works on the with the waves. So I figured, hydroelectric would, I think, work perfectly. Like me personally, like in my house, I transitioned totally solar. I live totally off grid. I don't pay electric bill. When the hurricanes hit, I have power. When the earthquake hit, boom, I got power. And I was forced to do that because I don't trust the energy company here.
No, you should, no.
So I think if they haven't done hydro here, I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, we're surrounded by ocean. That would be free power.
Yeah. Well, virtually free because you still got to pay people to maintain.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, the oceans are always gonna move. So it'll be free power for them. They don't sell it to us, though.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, ease up on the people there, so that way they could pay the high taxes. Are there high taxes over there?
Well, I would say yes and no. And certain things are like, for example, if you go to the store, well, sales tax is pretty much the same. Over here we don't pay federal taxes. Like if you're from your job, all you pay is like the state tax. So in that aspect, no. But then when things are imported here, they accrue taxes already. So it's like you go to the store right now, a gallon of milk costs you $7.
Damn.
So yeah, a dozen of eggs can easily cost you $4. So some things are really expensive, some are not. So it's kind of like, in the end, it kind of evens out. Because jobs don't pay much here either. I mean, mostly everybody gets minimum wage unless they have a really, really good job. But they make minimum wage, but a rent in a decent house here might be, you could get a house for 350, 400. Sometimes with the electric and the water included. So, some things are less, some things are, like I said, it kind of evens out. It's like you go to New York over there. Okay, yeah, you're making $20 an hour, but your rent is $2,000 a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Oh man. Goodness. I mean, I'm just so. Oh man, I'm fighting something. I got these allergies kicking my ass. So with goodness, we talked about possible corruption. So you haven't seen any corruption going on yet, aside from them trying to block people from helping. Yeah, well, from what the lady said on the video, it seemed. I mean, this is what I understood from the video, that they came to somewhere in the South, and that the government had put like some people like organizing, kind of like oh yeah, you're bringing bring your stuff over here. In other words, they were trying to like take the donations and for them to micromanage it, and in the end, people don't get the help. So the donors, they're like, no, we'll take this. That's our stuff, and we'll just go somewhere else and find people who need it and give it directly to them. Yep. So in many ways, it just seems like the government people are kind of like trying to take control of something that they're not putting out there. That's just sick. That's just really just sick and fucking like it's almost like they want their own people to die. I mean, so what? They take so people die so that way they can get rich people in and make all these like these resorts so that way they could just get.
It could be all of the above, Louis. And it could be to make the political parties, make them look bad. Like before the elections, the political party right now is no good. Look at how they address the earthquake. You need to vote for somebody else. I mean,
I wonder what Komai is saying about this.
It's funny, man. Now that you mentioned, I haven't actually watched the Komai recently. I need to get up to date, but the Komai is usually really on point.
Yeah. I know it's back on the air on La Mega TV. I haven't watched it because I don't pay for it.
You haven't watched it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh man, she's back with a vengeance.
Oh.
Yeah, man, but it's good. I like La Komai because I think, honestly, even though like you say, if somebody from the States that's never seen it, they probably think it's like fake news because it's a doll. But it's like the most accurate and true. It's like the Komai gets everything first, even before the regular news.
And it's in the perfect format because Puerto Ricans do love that chisme.
Yeah,
their gossip. For those of you, let me explain to the gringos that are listening. La Komai, or the Godmother, is a show. Basically, it's a puppet show, but the puppet discusses the gossip and real news of the islands pertaining to either celebrities or more often than not politicians. And for a while, it was kicked off the air, not for low ratings, but because the Komai was such a shit stirrer that they had to get rid of it. But now recently, it's back on the air, and it sounds to me that it's keeping its fine tradition and pissing off people by telling the truth.
Yeah, and it was the #1 show in Puerto Rico for decades.
Now,
#1 show.
Now, if Project Veritas came out with a puppet show and did that very same thing, oh my God!
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
That is a great idea.
do the Godmother. Just totally rip off the idea, and have James O'Keefe in fucking stockings and drag, and just start
That would be such a great idea, man.
Have Steven Crowder write for it. James O'Keefe like the Godmother, where it's just like or the aunts, because usually the aunt is that's like the sassy gossiper for Americans.
Oh man, but those things are needed, man.
Yes.
Especially now with the whole mess with politics going on and Democrats fighting the Republicans, and
Oh yeah,
yeah,
no,
we need a Godmother.
Yeah, the Godmother just to jump in and and it's not partisan. Whoever does something stupid gets the
whip.
Gets the whip. Just get this Republican, he likes to wear women's underwear and he's been using money to like oh man, that'll piss off the neocons too. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
La Comay. Like the first time I ever seen the Comay, I was like, I think 7 years old when I went to Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And I was like, Dad, who's that? I was like, oh, that's a Comay. And people, like all the old people were just watching it. It was like Sábado Gigante. All the old people were all the old people were gathered watching it, just laughing. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I remember them showing a video of I guess a politician ripping down a sign, ripping down a competitor's sign, and and they were just laughing.
Like, oh my God, gets into everything, man. Politics, religious things, everything. She'll criticize anything that comes out. Any dirt, you're done.
Don't give a fuck.
That's like, oh my, man.
She don't give a fuck. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised they haven't stolen that idea here. They still America's Got Talent everywhere. Like fantasy something, I forgot. They have like different versions of that same show everywhere. How come they don't have a Comay?
Yeah, that is weird. I mean, especially if it's a show that gets such high ratings, why hasn't it been imitated? Not even that. Not even in the American side of things, but in Latin America, other countries, they don't have a Comay. It's only Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Well, that's because I guess they're afraid of having something like that out there. You can't have anything like that out there. You look at the X-Files. The X-Files had a lot of real shit. They were discussing some real shit, and and then they cancel it, and then when they re-release it, it's like mad sanitized.
Yeah.
So you can't. They put a kibosh on. No, we can't be having these motherfuckers know the truth.
I mean, imagine that. You speak on Facebook and you get censored. It's like, oh, you're not allowed to say that, Oh, and then now speaking of that, now you're talking about that subject.
Yeah.
Look at what happened like this week.
Mm-hmm.
I think not even this week, the last couple of days. There is a radio host here in Puerto Rico, and he made a comment about Carmen Julian, and he called her a perra, or a bitch, And basically he said I'm quoting kind of what he said. He's like, because he was angry to of the fact that Carmen Julian was approving and going ahead and saying we're still going to do the fiestas of La San Sebastian, that we're going to continue doing that, and there's a lot of indignation because they're saying, look, our fellow people are hurting and suffering, and you guys want to throw a party. And so he went on air. He was talking, and he said that she was a perra, and then he said she's the most egotistical perra and blah blah blah. The thing is, what happens? They fired the guy.
Yeah. Just
because he expressed himself about Carmen Julian.
I mean, where's the lie?
Pardon me?
Where's the lie? What did he lie about?
He didn't lie about anything. He simply. It's like right now, if I say Obama's a big turd, and I get fired.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, like, where's the free expression? And it was a political commentator.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so if, you know, I mean, and maybe it was a little bit inappropriate, but, you know, he said perra. He didn't even curse on the air. He said perra, which means dog, female dog.
Female dog.
You
Yeah.
know?
And-
He gets fired for that.
Hell, I remember when my grandmother was arguing with this lady who she was renting an apartment to, that wouldn't pay, she didn't pay her rent, and after 6 months, he sees her like she sees the lady. She's like, "Mira perra." I'm like, "Oh." As soon as I had to run, like, "No." Mira perra, ¿por qué tú no pagaste? I'm like, "Oh."
Those some fighting words.
Oh shit! Like grandma, you in your 80s, you can't fight.
But you know what, Louis? What bothers me is the double standard. Because
of course.
all of a sudden you fire this radio host just because he calls the governor, the mayor of San Juan, calls her a perra, a dog. But yet, Rashida Tlaib in Congress can call Trump a mother effer, and nobody does anything.
You know you could curse.
You know what I mean? Huh?
You know you could curse. This is uncensored.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. No, Rashida Tlaib called Trump a motherfucker. You know, and it's like, okay, so you know, somebody from Congress, right, calls the president of the United States a motherfucker. You don't even give her a memo.
Yeah.
But then somebody here in Puerto Rico from a radio show calls the mayor of San Juan, Carmen Julian, a perra, and all of a sudden fired him. And you get this public backlash as if he did. And some people were saying about him, saying, "Oh, that's not how you talk about women. That's not how you talk about the Puerto Rican woman."
You're right.
You know what I mean?
She's not a woman. Hey, yo, cabrona. That's what she is.
Well, that's just the thing. And then those are the same people that listen to rappers like Anuel, who curses and calls women dogs and calls them. It's ironic, man.
Yeah. I mean, me, I would have doubled down. I'm like, you're right. I shouldn't have called her perra. I should have called her fucking cabrona. If she don't like that, she could come fight me. Because, you know, I know that one word.
Okay, but you know what? But this same week, Carmen Julian addressing the people of Puerto Rico who said, you know, that they were complaining about her throwing the fiestas of San Sebastián. She said, que se dejen de pendejadas la gente. In other words, she's calling all pendejos. She's the mayor. Oh, but no, they let that slide. Nobody fires her for calling us pendejos if we don't agree with, you know. I mean, it's just Democrats, man. They get their little butts covered and nothing. You can't touch them.
What about that guy that his emails leaking? He's saying, "Oh, you know, the crows need dead bodies to eat," or which honestly, I still laugh when I remember this. When in one of the emails he said that Ricky Martin is the biggest is a very big misogynist because he doesn't sleep with women. He only sleeps with men. That's how big of a misogynist he is. I was like, well,
you're talking about the previous government.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, can you rephrase the question? I mean,
well, no, I'm just saying he got kicked out. How come?
Oh yeah,
he got kicked out for those emails. So she could call people basically. Pendejo would be like an asshole, right? Like an asshole. Call people assholes who don't agree with her. Which, okay, it's her right to say, but you see this dude, you know, who, in my opinion, accurately calls her a bitch, because it's like, okay, during Maria, you were letting people die instead of passing out the food until there was a camera to show, for the photo op. It's like, come on, man. Come on. You don't do that to your own people. And it's like, you know.
But Louis, it all goes back to the same thing.
Politics.
Carmen Julian is one of these Democrats.
Yeah.
Just like a Bernie Sanders, just like these Rashida Tlaib and Ilan Omar and AOC, you know. And then Ricky Rosselló, even though, I mean, he was, I didn't like him too much, but damn, he represented the Republican Party. So it's like anytime a Republican does something, it's like, oh my God, the world's going to come to an end. But then all of a sudden, you know, you got people like Carmen Julian, you got people like Hillary Clinton, Obama, They've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody touches them. It's like they run unscathed all the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I guess that's why it's up to us to like curse them out to their faces. Next time she comes.
I
to
mean,
New
not
York,
for nothing, and not because I'm a Trump supporter, but Melania is one of the most beautiful first ladies ever. Why doesn't Esquire or any of these magazines put her on the centerfold?
I don't know.
She's a supermodel.
Have you seen?
They want Michelle Obama.
Have you seen the president of the Czech Republic? Oh shit, she thick.
Who?
The president of the Czech Republic. She thick.
Oh no, I haven't seen it.
I mean, wait. Let me see if I can Google her picture. Wait, how you? Yeah, okay. Oh, all right. Let me see. I could be wrong. Probably not the Czech Republic. Oh no, nope, wrong. Whoops. People gonna Google Czech Republic president and see this old man and hear me say that he's thick. Wait a minute. Whoops.
Probably some bald dude.
Nah, he's not bald, but it's like Okay, let me see. Oh, okay, here it is. Found it. What's her name? Oh, President of Croatia.
Okay, in fact, I'm going to look that up now.
The president of Croatia. See, she thick. I'm talking about Bing Bang Boom, like President of Croatia bikini. Just she's official.
Okay, let me see if I can pull it up over here. My internet's acting really slow.
Yeah. President. Yeah. Czech Republic. Why was I thinking Czech Republic? And old.
Hold on.
Pervert on the world leader.
It takes me forever just to look for something. You said the president of
Croatia. Yeah, bikini.
Oh, bikini. All right. But I'm gonna write it just like that. In
Yeah.
All right. Croatia bikini. That like sounds so wrong on so many levels. All right, hold on. Let me see. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That's a 10.
Yep. I mean, Melania. Okay, she. As much as I respect the first lady, parece tiene un cara que she smells something like somebody farted. Like, mira, ¿qué pasó?
Well, I mean, she's I don't know. She's like shy, I think.
She just look. The way she se pone la cara like, yo, who farted?
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, like her eyes are like really like thin. It's like she's got that look. Like, I know what you're trying to say.
Like, the only time I ever got that look from a woman like that was when my mom was about to kick my ass when I was a kid. Like, uh-oh. No te pongas sus ojos así.
I mean, maybe because he's got that like Amazonish kind of like appeal, that kind of like sexiness, little squinty eye kind of look.
I don't know. Like, a woman looks at me like that, I'm ready to bust a move. Like, nah, you ain't stealing on me.
Melania, but they don't give her, man. They don't give her the press coverage she deserves.
I'm more of a Tiffany Trump type of guy, though.
Pardon me?
I'm more of a Tiffany Trump type of guy.
Really?
Yeah, I think Tiffany.
Tiffany Trump?
Tiffany, yeah, I like Tiffany.
I
don't know, something about Tiffany.
I don't see it.
I don't know. She look. Look, I like meat on the bones. She's not. She just. I don't know what it is.
Hey, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But
honestly, she looked like she looks classy in the streets, but you put a ring on it. She giving you the butthole.
Isn't that's Marla Maples' daughter, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the times I've seen her, honestly, I don't know. Maybe I haven't really looked well, but I don't know. She didn't seem too attractive, at least to me. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't seen her properly.
I don't know. I'm all about the Tiffany.
You know, I look at Ivanka and I think, damn, Ivanka's really elegant, really poised, kind of like a Disney princess style. I don't know. maybe that's just me. Maybe I
need just a teeny
taste.
type. I just need a teeny drop of slut. That's it. That's all I need. Classy.
Well, you know
else.
what?
Just
I can understand, because I think Pamela Anderson was fire hot.
not anymore. Ever since she caught the hepatitis, I'm like, nah.
Well, I mean, I understand what you mean,
that's too much.
But I heard her in an interview, and she talked about that, and she said that kind of makes her even sexier, because it's supposed to be makes her dangerous. But she said something like that. She was joking about it.
Yeah, no. That's not the way. I can see jumping off a plane, jumping off a bungee, but if there's a risk of my webbles falling off, nah.
Okay, all right, but then what do you say? I got one for you.
Okay.
I Dream of Jeannie.
Now or then?
Then. No, not now. She's an old lady now, but...
Yeah. Because if it's now, I'll wreck that fucking pussy so bad, knock her fucking hip out of place. I don't give a fuck.
You got Jeannie from I Dream of Jeannie.
I'd fuck Betty White out of respect.
What about, who I think is awesome too? God, what's her name? The one that did Terminator, Sarah Connor.
Hell no.
Come on, bro.
Now or then?
Sarah.
Now?
Both. I think she's aged very well.
Yeah. You want to know who aged very well? Sophia Loren.
I can't remember her face right now.
Okay. Who else? Yeah. I can't think. Sophia Loren. Yeah.
Oprah.
Only for self-defense. Only out of self-defense would I fuck Oprah.
I would fuck Oprah with your dick.
Yeah, I mean that's the only way. If it's either that or getting fucked in the ass by Stedman, I'm fucking Oprah.
Oh man, Oprah's nasty. That's nasty, man.
And I feel really bad about it because her pussy stank.
That's nasty.
Her pussy stank. She rich. She don't gotta freaking clean herself.
That's crazy, man. Well, there's another one, Rosie O'Donnell. What do you think of that?
I'll do that just to just to fuck with her. Just yeah. How much of a lesbian you think you are now, huh? Take that.
Damn, Louis, I knew you was crazy, but not that crazy.
It's like, I'll do that for the culture.
For the culture.
For the culture.
No, man, that's you can't do that, Louis. That's too low, man.
Look, some people gotta do what they gotta do to help. I'm doing my part.
But that sounds like that just sounds like some kind of a fetish or like a death wish.
Look,
I mean, there's no turning back after something like that.
Look, I'm not saying I'll be proud of it. It's not like I'll be brag about it, but it's sometimes you gotta fight this war, however you fight it.
Oh no, man!
You gotta, it's you fuck her asleep, and then you put a Trump hat on her and take some pictures. That'll fuck her up real good.
Oh man! In fact, maybe that's what's provoking the earthquake in Puerto Rico, man. Just the thought of that.
Yeah, maybe I should stop. I should stop thinking of revenge fucking Rosie ODonnell.
That's horrible, man.
Yeah.
You better go to the Catholic Church and repent from that one.
Nah, I go to the Botanica, get some of that water, spritzing on the nuts, and I'm good.
Agua Maravilla.
Yeah, yeah. Go to the Brujo, sprinkle some goat's blood.
Man,
light some candles.
You know, it's funny when you talk about that, though, man. But honestly, like, I think that part of the reason why this place is shaking, man, is because of all of that brujeria going on here too. I'm telling you, I think God is angry.
That could be it too.
There's a lot. I mean, telling you, there's a lot of that. Like right now, you go to the beaches, and like certain areas of the beaches, if you go to like the back, you find a whole bunch of bags of dead animals and dead chickens and stuff that people do like some sacrifices and rituals.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, no wonder God's mad.
All right, well, why don't they,
I don't know.
Don't sound like Pat Robertson. Don't sound like Pat Robertson. It's like America was attacked because of homosexuality. Like shit.
Oh no! Pat Robertson goes overboard sometimes.
Oh, Haiti was. That's what he said about Haiti. Haiti was attacked. Haiti was hit by the earthquake because of their voodoo and their like. Damn, Pat. What about the people that don't do it? Like,
Haiti had an earthquake. Well, you know what? It's funny. I got an argument actually about that with this guy. I mean, because like I study a lot of scripture, but I've never been like a fanatic, and I don't ever want to be no fanatic, But I do not study scripture a lot, and this guy. So we're talking about Puerto Rico, and this guy goes and says Revelation 16. I'll read it. And then I said, you know what? And I said, I have read it plenty of times, but you know what? Just for you, I'm going to read it again. So then I read it again, and I noticed, right, that he was referring to the part in Revelation 16 when it talks about, like, that the islands will pass away. So he's trying to say, in his crazy-ass fanaticism, he's trying to say that that the Bible's talking about Puerto Rico, and that's why it's quaking. But the shit is that in that particular passage, there's actually 7 angels that are delivering the wrath of God. So the island passing, right, and about the earthquakes and that, it's actually the 7th angel. So I said, okay, so what are you trying to say? So what about the other 6 angels? God just skipped them?
Yeah, no, right?
He got furious. He got mad at me, man. But it's like the I mean, I believe in God and I believe in the Bible, but it's like just because the earth shake don't mean that's like we're in the apocalypse, And that's a problem, man. Like Christianity gets a bad name because of all these cuckoo fanatics.
Yeah. So, anyways, we've been on here for an hour. So, what can people do to help Puerto Rico right now?
Okay.
I know De Blasio or D-Bag is sending some help, but I don't know if it's going to the right people. I think he's just going to hand it off to, this perra. Go ahead. Try to get me off the air. Huh, Yelene? Huh, pendeja? Huh? Bring it. I dare you. I'll call your husband a cabrón. I swear to God, to his face. I don't
think she has a husband.
I'll call your wife. I'll call your wife and call her a puñeta. How's about that? That's what I'll do. Fuck with me.
Well, look. I mean, honestly, Louis, speaking seriously, I think, this is my opinion, I personally don't believe much in, like, charity organizations unless they're, like, really well established. I think that if people want to help somebody, I think they should help them on the personal level. Like, if you know a family in Puerto Rico or you have family members and you want to, like, send them some help, or send them some money like directly, I would go that route. I mean, because right now, you don't know who you're sending your help to. You know, if you send it to the government, we really can't trust them. If you send it to a charity organization, there are a lot of people out there that invent their own charity and then they keep the money. So it's really, I would say that I would, if I were to send help, I'd probably send it like to news organizations. You know.
Really.
You know, like I would say, if they have like a drive or something legitimate coming out in the news, this charity is helping out, like I would do it like that. But, you know, people got to be careful because they will steal the money here, man.
Yeah.
Corruption here is rampant.
All right. So, do you have anything you want to promote?
Let me see. Well, not really at the moment. I mean, like, I've been doing, like, a lot of stuff on YouTube, you know, and I think, like, the most recent production I've done is a song called Trump Latinos in America, and people can look that up on YouTube. That's, like, my most recent Trump song for the campaign. Okay. You know, so, I mean, I'm not, like, actively promoting it at the moment, but, you know, it would be nice, like, to, you know, give it a little boost and let it snowball a little bit.
Right. And
like Trump Latinos in America on YouTube by Ruben Obed.
Trump. In fact, fuck it. Let me play it now then.
Okay, that sounds good.
Fuck it. Let me, like, in closing, let me go pull up the YouTube. Trump Latinos in America. And of course it's not freaking. Okay, let's try this again. Trump. Ready? And can't find it.
Yeah, if you want, just put Ruben Obed right after it. It might pop up real quick. Title's a little long.
Right. Greatest Trump supporter, the Latino Trump anthem by Ruben. No, that was 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's not it.
Okay, found it 2 months ago. Trump Latinos in America. All right, this is Ruben Obed's song. Trump Latinos in America. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, hey! Trump Latinos in America. Trump Latinos in America, baby. Latinos in America. Here we go, yeah. Latinos in America. Trump 2020, Trump 2020. Trump Latinos in America. Ruben Obed, Bolívar. It's almost time for us to vote again. It's time to do it again. It's time to recognize what he's done.
Esa boricua.
Holy shit, that's a banger.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate you playing it on there, man.
Damn. I'm sorry. Everybody, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I have to do this.
One, two, three, hey! Trump Latinos in America. Trump Latinos in America, baby. Latinos in America. Here we go, here we go, here we go, yeah. Latinos in America. Trump 2020, Trump 2020. Trump Latinos in America. Ruben Obed, Boricua. It's almost time for us to vote again. It's time to do it again. It's time to recognize what he's done. Here we go. Jobs have come overseas. Minorities are working like bees, gathering honey, making the money. Economy booming, all because of President Trump, who lowered the taxes on the working class, found Baghdadi and kicked his, and our military unsurpassed. With the swamp drying up bit by bit, and nobody believing that Epstein bullsh. With Q on the sidelines telling us the guidelines and who the whistleblower is. Yes, we know we're informed and well aware what happens in Syria, covered up by the media. CNN thinks we're idiots, but the truth be told, Don Jr. mopped the floor with that comedian. Latinos in America. Trump Latinos in America, baby. Latinos in America. We know what's going on, we know what's going on. Latinos in America. Trump 2020, Trump 2020. Latinos in America. Ruben Obed, this Latino fella vote for Trump. Trump Latinos. Trump Latinos. Trump Latinos. Latinos for Trump. Latinos for Trump. Trump Latinos. Trump Latinos. Trump Latinos. Latinos for Trump. Latinos for Trump. We have to protect our conservative values. Oh, and we cannot forget our constitutional statutes that allow us to live in freedom. For our freedom, thank you, and thank God for Donald Trump. Our veterans died for our freedom, thank you, and thank God for Donald Trump. Our veterans died for our freedom, thank you, thank God for Donald Trump. I want to send a blessing to the holy land of Israel from Latinos for Trump. Our veterans died for our freedom, thank you, and thank God for Donald Trump. Don't forget that a veteran died for your freedom, so you could vote for Donald Trump. Our veterans died for our freedom, thank you, and thank God for Donald Trump. Thank God for Donald Trump. Thank God for Donald Trump. Latinos in America. Trump Latinos in America. Trump Latinos in America. Trump, 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 Trump Latinos in America. Trump Latinos in America. Trump Latinos in America. Trump, 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 Trump.
Damn.
Wow, you played it twice, bro. That's that's a heck of a promo.
I had to for the culture. For the culture.
Awesome, man. I appreciate that a lot,
I
man.
was like, oh, and then you hit the high note. I'm like, okay. I'm wet. So
you said I'm wet. The first thing I thought was Rosie ODonnell again.
I'm moist.
Man, but, huh?
No, go
What?
ahead. No, go ahead. No, like I'm moist.
Man, but it's just, I'm like, I've been trying to promote like all my material and stuff, but and I really appreciate you playing around on there because like on this end, it's very uphill. Facebook censors me, YouTube censors me, and it's been really, really hard. So by you playing it, it helps me out a lot, and when people share like the music,
I just sent it to Savannah Hernandez.
To who?
I just sent it to Savannah.
Savannah.
Savannah Hernandez.
I I'm not too familiar. Who's Savannah Hernandez?
The Latina on Infowars.
Oh, from Infowars. God, damn, my brain is shot.
You know, the cutie.
My friend, huh?
She's a cutie.
I'm telling you, that goes to show you how out of it I get.
No, it happens. So, anyways, like to thank you for coming on. Like as always, you're always welcome to come on whenever you want. Send me more of your music, so that way I could feature it here, because I like to play unsigned artists here, and that's definitely going into the rotation.
Okay, awesome, man. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, I'll make sure I'll send you some new stuff. And I have to say something off air. It's kind of like off subject.
Oh, okay.
But God, that video you sent me yesterday about why you're still childless.
Oh yeah.
I watched it like 20 times, and I was just dying, man. I was dying. That was so funny.
Yeah.
That was so, and then your eyes in your face, and I'm like, I just kept watching and kept watching.
No, because that was me at work, and that little girl was screaming like that for like an hour because she didn't want to. Like, I hear her, like, her mom's like, go into the shop, go take a bath. Like, I'm like, damn. I'm like, and then I'm like, this girl sounds like she's getting murdered. Like, what the? Come on. I'm like, and then I just like, yo, nah, I can't deal with this.
Man, and and it's funny, and then the other video you sent, with the Maricon. Oh my God, bro, I was dying. I almost peed my pants here. That shit was funny as hell.
Yeah, it was a double joke because her name was Mary Cone.
I'm not sure, but I think I shared that on my Facebook page.
Yeah, I specifically targeted her because her name was Mary Cone.
It was awesome though. It was epic because it's like, yeah, it is me.
Yes, I'm Mary Cone.
Man,
yes,
it was really, really funny. And
then she's like,
you made my day yesterday. I was kind of sad, and those two videos, just made my night.
Like, no, I'm not a lesbian. I have 2 children.
And then you said, well, a lot of heterosexual people,
join the lesbian, gay, and bisexual.
Oh my God, that was funny. I mean, I'm telling you that was both of those, but that one in particular with the Mary Cone, that shit should go viral. I sent it to a couple of people of my people, that are cool because there's a lot of uptight asses too.
Oh, dude, I called this. Huh? There's this other prank call, and let me and this is other prank call where I call a Mexican restaurant, and I as a white person, and I ask, "Do se vende jugo de mamao?" They're like, "What?" Jugo de mamao.
But let me tell you, let me ask you: are those like real pranks?
Yes.
Or is it? Are they like they're real or
they're real?
Fake, right?
No, they're not fake. I'm fucking with real people. I'm ruining.
That's what makes it even funnier.
I'm ruining people's days. I call the fuck with people. I leave like a huge turd in the middle of their living room, and I let them deal with it. Like I had this one lady thinking that we charged her phone $100, like $10 a minute for a wake-up call.
Oh my God.
And there was this other lady I called. She was from the Bronx, and she's like, "Yo, you didn't tip our delivery guys." And and I didn't tell her it was a prank. I just let her believe that the Chinese restaurant called her back to curse her out for not the tipping.
Oh my God.
So she's like, "Oh, I said, here, go around the corner and leave a tip." So I don't know whether she went there and cursed out some chinos. I don't know. She's not knowing what's going on.
Man, so in other words, it was probably this young girl named Jaritza working for $6 an hour at the Chinese place saying, "Pero qué le pasa a esta? Pero qué le pasa a esta que vino aquí y tiene esos 10 pesos ahí?"
Like, which one of you fucking Chinese motherfuckers called me at 3 o'clock in the morning telling me why I didn't tip? Fuck it, let me play it now. Before I go, let me play it. Let me just let's play it. Let's play it. Why not? Just because I ruined this date. I ruined this lady's night so fucking bad, yo.
Oh my, you're such a bad influence.
Just fucked her up. She got fucked up for no reason. Like I like for no reason I do shit to people. Like for nothing. They get called. I mean, technically it's her own fault because she like left the menu with her phone number on the floor. So it was like you were asking for it. Here it is.
Hello.
How you doing? My name is David Lee.
Hold up. Say that again.
Hey, how you doing? My name is David Lee. I'm calling because I'm calling on behalf of my uncle. He owns the Red Flag restaurant. Hello?
Hello.
Yes. You ordered food from the Red Flag Chinese restaurant?
Which one?
Red Flag.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been getting, our delivery guys have been complaining that you guys been stiffing him on tips whenever he goes to deliver to you.
Yes, sometimes my grandmother, she can't afford a tip. But I've been calling y'all for 18 years.
Yeah.
And I've never shortened up on a tip until my grandmother started getting old. So,
yeah, it's kind of messed up that you do that because, these guys, we try to, do well for our guys, but, in order to keep the food at an affordable level, we gotta, we can't really pay our delivery guys well. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to put you on the blacklist.
oh, shit. Is this
What? No. I'm not calling from the restaurant.
No, but is that the restaurant you're talking about?
Yeah.
Do you even know the number to the restaurant we're talking about?
Not off the top of my head because I don't eat that shit. That's the stuff that we make for the poor people. I eat the
That shit you make for poor people?
Yeah. I mean, we were thinking about accepting EBT cards, but then
You were thinking about accepting EBT cards?
Yeah, I mean, but then we'll have like a whole bunch of people trying to pay with damn food stamps and trying to get chicken,
Well, baby, I don't have food stamps, but
Well, then why you stiffing our drivers, our delivery guys?
You're calling for something in the Bronx, but you're calling from California.
Yeah, well, no, that's my number. I live in Cali, but I'm in New York City for business.
If you'd like me to stop calling, I will stop calling.
Look, yeah, no, I mean, honestly, if you call and we deliver it to you, and we don't get a tip, or the driver don't get it, they might just kick your ass.
Yo, you know what? You can suck my dick.
You got one? You sound like you got two.
You got my address. Come over if you want to. I will park you on your front seat.
You don't want me. You don't want me going there.
Bitch, suck my dick.
All right, you got two probably. That's hilarious.
Oh my God.
Hello.
Damn, you ruined
shit,
that
they're hiding
lady's
from me
night.
like I'm a fucking tax collector.
What happened?
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna stay quiet.
What the fuck do you want? Why are you calling me for a delivery man? I hope the way you are harassing me, somebody's paying you for this shit. Cause you the fucking dojo.
I'm the owner. Hey, look, I own my own dojo. I teach mixed martial arts.
There's no way in hell you calling me 3 in the morning.
Yeah, well, I gotta take care. I like to take care of business early in the morning. So I mean,
No, sweetheart,
it's
not
kind.
even Chinese.
Look,
You're not
look.
even-
I got at least I got business. You don't got no
I mean,
business.
You got shit. Cause let me tell you something.
Look, I'm a
You
Super
fought
Saiyan.
3
I'm a
and 1
level
for
6
the
Super
victory
Saiyan.
game.
I
You
will
sound stupid,
I will
my
fucking
man,
spirit bomb you down the flight of stairs, acting all
Alright,
fucking tough
so
over the
good.
phone.
So
You a bad
good.
motherfucker, don't you
So
think, huh?
good.
I
Why
will
you
do
so
it
angry? Why are you so angry?
because you don't want to pay. You fucking cheap bitch.
I'm a cheap bitch.
You are a cheap.
I'm a cheap
You a
bitch.
cheap
That's why
cracker
I would suck
bitch.
your dick when you was little.
You're
Your
all
father
ashy.
sucked you in the
I
ass.
bet you're
You need
ashy.
attention.
Oh,
Your
I bet
father made
you got
suck
enough
your
money
dick,
to
right?
fucking pay for those
Right?
fucking hair extensions and your nails and shit.
My nails and shit.
What's wrong with you?
stalking me, bitch?
Yeah, I'm
You
stalking
know
you.
my hair?
Yeah, we got your financials and everything. We know you could
Okay,
afford.
You got my financials.
You cracker.
Okay.
You damn honky.
I'm a hoe.
Honky.
I'm a honky.
Yeah, well, no. If I was to call you a hoe, it would be a disrespect to the profession because I don't think you can make money sucking dick.
Sweetheart, what are you calling me from your house phone? Because if this is your job, everything is being recorded.
Okay, good.
So I know you're not professional. I know you're not professional.
I don't give a shit.
because
You're not
because
professional.
You're not even
You don't like to.
calling
You
me
don't.
back.
Yeah.
Why are you calling me back?
You didn't say not to call you back.
Why am I on your mind?
You didn't tell me to not call you back.
Why are you bothering me?
Why don't
What do
you hang
want
up?
from me?
Why don't you hang
You
up
want the
then?
money?
Why don't you hang up?
Tell me the address to send you money.
Yeah,
I'll send you
go
your money.
to the Chinese restaurant and give your tip
All
like
right.
a good human
Which
being.
Why
Why don't you be a human being?
Which
Go to-
Chinese restaurant is it so I can bring
It's
you your
called
money?
Red Flag. It's around the corner from you. What are you
All right.
talking about?
I'll bring it to Red Flag. You have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, God bless.
Oh, man, you're bad. You're so bad.
I bet I wonder if she even went back to sleep. She's like, this motherfucker called me at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, talking all this shit. Called me a fucking honky.
But like, how did you get the number? Just a random number you called?
No, I was visiting a friend in the Bronx, and apparently someone like left a menu on the floor, tirado, and it had her number on it, and so I took it home. And I was like, you know what? She needs to pay for littering. So, you know, I played social justice warrior, and I called her, and I said, hey, you didn't tip us.
Wow. You made her night.
Yes, I did. I ruined it. I bet she couldn't sleep for the rest of the night. She was all tired. She probably cursed out some poor chinos around the corner. They're like, damn. And you know how they look at you. They don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
They're like, what happened? They look at you like,
Come on, do one chicken wing or what's the right?
yeah, like what? So,
But it's like, is that restaurant real? I mean, is it really called that?
Yeah, no, it was a real restaurant.
Oh crap! So she probably did go back the next day.
Yeah, she probably went the next day.
You probably got somebody fired. It wasn't even their fault.
No, they're all family run. And plus, who they gonna fire? All Chinese people look like NPCs.
Oh man.
So they like
Louis is bad. Louis is so
I
bad.
know. It's fun. It's fun though. It's like then this time throw out your trash, police your shit. Don't leave it all on the ground. You're just like asking for trouble.
Well, I shouldn't be saying this, but you could get like good numbers. You know, like when you go to rest stops and you go to the bathroom stall and it says for a good time call, they got like a number.
Yeah.
Maybe you should do that next time. Get a number from like a stall and call this person. And, hey, hi, I'm calling. It says you can offer me a good time.
Better yet, put my own number on there and see who calls. And just record.
Oh God, that would be funny as hell. But you would need like a separate phone, like kind of like a burner phone.
Yeah, I do. I
got
one. I got one.
That would be hilarious. So that really would be hilarious.
Get one. I would get one easily and just put it on there. And then some sushis call like, oh yeah, having a good time. Hi, this is Officer Rodriguez. Where can we pick you up? Click. Something like
Man.
that. Something. I've done that before. Like on the show, I would post the phone number to the show on Craigslist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the hook when they used to have a hooker section, and have
Oh my God.
and have motherfuckers call me.
Oh man, Louis.
Either that or I did that to a radio show, a nationally syndicated radio show. I posted the phone number in New York, Chicago, and L.A.
Wow.
Put a fake picture of a woman, said $50 for a BBJ. And then
Man, Louis.
And then I just listened to the radio show as they were calling trying to get the girl. And the show host was like, "What the fuck is going on? I wish someone had let me in on the joke." Oh,
Wow, Louis.
Poor Keith. Poor Keith. I did that. Poor Keith. Oh. Yeah, you can't let us Puerto Ricans do anything.
Say that again?
You can't let us Puerto Ricans do anything.
Oh God, man. Puerto Ricans, that's a whole new species of human.
Yeah. It's, oh goodness. I get it from my grandmother because she likes fucking with people too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No.
I don't think I'd probably get nervous like making a prank call. I'd mess it all up.
Well, no, it takes a lot of practice. You got to you practice keeping your composure. I almost died laughing twice, which is like, what the fuck do you want?
No, I mean, it's like I feel bad all of a sudden. I'm sorry, man. This is just a prank. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I could like hold it.
No.
I'd probably laugh or
Oh no, I grew up listening to the Luis Jimenez, those prank calls they used to play. Oh goodness, there's this one where he called, like there's this one recently I listened to. He called this dude and said that his wife got AIDS. And he's like,
that his wife what?
That his wife got AIDS and he has to come in to be tested. He's like, oh my god, ella me quemó.
Oh man, that's scary shit. That's some real scary shit.
He's like, damn, this is a cruel. And they even said this is a cruel prank to do on somebody.
Damn.
Oh.
Tell you, I'm scared of the radio guys now.
Yeah, no, just. So if you have anyone you need to prank.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? It's good. It's good to know that. Yeah. Somebody ever does something, I'm like, okay, I know exactly who to call. Hey, Louis.
Yep. So,
got a little job for you.
Yeah, I know. So, anyways, let me close out the show. So, anyways, like to thank Ruben for coming on.
Thank you for the invite, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for listening. Thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening to it on the podcast, please tell your friends and family to subscribe. And as always, from my house to your house, mahalo. Anyways, like to thank everyone for listening
Wrong
to
one.
today's show.
Wrong one. Holy fuck. All right. Got the wrong outro. All right. Damn it. Where the hell did I put the ending? Okay. End times. God. Okay.
What was that?
Oh, that's the computer. Okay. Outro? Is this out?
Oh.
Oh no, that's Loquísimo. Alright.
Sounded like a rubber band hitting the speaker.
Yeah. Oh, damn it.
Like, boom.
Alright, well,
I lost my outro. I will have to. I'll freaking use it next week. But anyways, good night, everybody. And as always, from my house to your house, mahalo.